What is going on, everyone? This is Nero again. Today for you, some FortressCraft? Yeah, guys, I've been playing FortressCraft last few days. Actually, I had this on my old Xbox. I downloaded it a while ago. And I built a couple things. Like, all I did was build like a castle or something, so I didn't know what to build. I had like no creativity at the time. I couldn't think of anything. And then when I got my new Xbox, and basically I had to transfer it over, and then I lost, because it's a new hard drive, and I lost the content from my hard drive. And so I didn't, I lost that castle, so I had to basically start a whole new world. In which I'm kind of glad it happened, because there was an update, and the update was awesome, and it featured a whole lot of new stuff, and especially when you're creating a new world. But we're going to be spawning up here in the spawn tower thingy, which I turned into a giant black skyscraper. And for those people that don't have wings or anything, when they visit my world, they can still take the stairs instead of just flying down. So just for all intents and purposes, I'm basically going be going down the stairs to show everyone how that works. There's my workshop. Don't remember what direction. There we go. I keep going down. I think I'm finally going to be out into our world, which myself, Buell, Grizzly, a little bit of Cypher, a little bit of Deadly, just a bunch of random people in SB. Basically, we have basically constructed somewhat of a world, somewhat of a little tiny world. I'm taking you on a little bit of a tour. I'm not going to be showing everything in the world this particular episode, but right now we're going to be starting off the basic stuff, and I don't want to use this pickaxe there. No, there we go, my world's best builder cup. Buell actually put this together. Somewhat of a police station. I don't know what you'd call this room. Come on over in here, and kind of a jail cell, kind of, in a way. I mean, you don't really exactly have iron bars, so that's kind of what you have to deal with. Well, it's a pretty good police station nonetheless. And I made the firehouse, but and how do you make a fire truck in FortressCraft and make it be able to fit inside a garage? So this is what I went with. If you guys watch South Park, they make fun of Canada and give them square wheels whenever they show vehicles in Canada. And so that's kind of what we went. Even though, I guess this could be technically Canada, because this is snowy terrain. Which is another part of the being able to build your world, like rebuild your whole world. You can determine how many trees are in there, flatland, highland, hilly or not. You can also determine if it's tropical, alpine, which is what I chose. And alpine basically puts snow everywhere. And this is a library that Grizzly put together, which is kind of cool, kind of dandy. Don't mind the street light, it's just kind of there. I built it just to see what it looked like. I didn't really care for it, just never took the time to delete it. Here's a bank, which is awesome. Which, not really. I mean, we all kind of work together on the bank. And, oh god, these things are in here. There's kind of a story behind this. Buell randomly left us to go play Battlefield 3 while we're in the middle of building stuff. And so I go into the shop and I make this giant fag sign. And we basically cluttered his house with it. You guys are going to be seeing that pretty shortly here when I get up to his house. But that Pikachu I did put together myself. It took a long time, and I could build a couple other giant monuments like that. You guys are going to be seeing those here in a moment. But this is basically Club Pikachu, which if you join my world, which I'll tell you at the end if you guys want to join my world, things like that, the lights won't show up for you. The lights only show up for me as I'm the host, and I'm wondering why they're not strobing for us. There we go. Now we're getting some color to it. Strobe lights, and yeah, it's just your general club. I mean, not a whole lot of work was done to the interior yet. Not really much of an interior decorator, I guess you would say, for FortressCraft, but I do have some pretty interesting stuff over here. And so once we get inside the houses, that everyone that's basically helped work out. This is just a standard bar, restaurant thing, bus stop, and we're gonna be entering my house, which is this fine structure right here. Every house that's actually here and built was built by someone who's helped out with this world so far. So if you guys were to join my world, you'd be able to build your own house here in the residential neighborhood that we've put together, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's kind of cool just seeing what people do to their own individual houses. This is mine with a blue carpet with a, I guess you would call it a black throw rug. Couches, tables, not really hard to make. The TV was kind of hard to make, especially since I had to do it in 6 individual pieces and make each one. And why not put an Xbox into an Xbox game, I guess, right? And then we're going to go upstairs. And this is kind of a patio area that connects to Grizzly's house, which we're going to be seeing that shortly. This is kind of my upstairs, and see the backs of the TVs, they aren't exactly perfect, but another Xbox, because who needs only one Xbox in my pretty pink heart-shaped bed sheets, which are kind of cool, I guess. And we're going up to the 3rd story, which, yes, you can get on top of my roof, and there's a Squirtle. And Pikachu behind me. Rooftop jacuzzi. Now this is living, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting here in my jacuzzi with my cup in the water. Now that is living, ladies and gentlemen. But we're gonna be going over the little walkway to enter Grizzly's house now. And at first we each just had like our own patio. Like it was like his ended like right there and mine ended like right there, and there was just like this big, you know, space between our houses. But then we decided we're gonna put them together, just to make it look better. And it's kind of cool. You can just kind of walk house to house without having to completely leave your house and go out into the streets and things like that. Oh, and there's a Charmander up there too. Built that as well. Every Pokemon, basically every giant structure you see was basically built by me. But this is Grizzly's house, so SB Grizzly did build all this himself. Well, with the exception of the Xboxes and the TVs, and he puts in the lights and things like that, and built the house and everything. But you know, the little things like the tables, that was all obviously built by me, because in FortressCraft, only the owner of the world, like the person that made the world, can actually build stuff inside the what hell would you call that thing? Can't think off the top of my head. The workshop. There we go. Only the creator of the world can work in the workshop and give people stuff to build. So I only made a few things. We basically put together our houses this way. And he has a little stereo system, he calls it, right there, which is, you know, it's not bad. I mean, it looks pretty good if you ask me. But here's basically the my house and his house combined right there with the squirrel. We're gonna be seeing what's inside that building here pretty shortly. I think you guys will enjoy that. This was randomly built by Buell. He randomly was like, I'm gonna build a giant trampoline. Woo, look at me, trampoline. And then I'm like, that's so ugly, just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. So after he got off, I built a little castle all around it. Kind of make it like a bounce house type thing, which I thought looked pretty good towards the end. And over here is a little fountain that Grizzly put together, and I just filled it with water. Not too much effort on my part. This is Buell's house, which he spent like almost all of his time on inside this house. Like all he did was work on his house, and he didn't work on anything else. And then he randomly like gets off. And so we all decided we're going to fill his house with a bunch of floating fags. And he was pretty angry when he came back. It was worse. We did have the entire outside area, like his roof and everything, just completely covered in fag. And he was pretty mad. And so he just kind of left and left the party chat, things like that. And, so we decided we're going to delete all the fags away from his house, basically. And we did leave what was inside still there, because he's gonna have to clean up some of it. We're not gonna clean it all up for him. He's the one that left, not us. And here's a river which had to be put in, which had to be we didn't dig it by hand, or I didn't dig it by hand anyway. It was done with dynamite, and I really don't want to fly across, so I'm just gonna build that real quick. I'll delete it eventually. This is Toucan's house, which he spent little to no effort on. And there's a fag on his roof. These things are everywhere, I swear. Like, you build these things and everyone just can't contain themselves. Like, they just have to write fag everywhere they can. He put basically little to no effort into his house. He built the outside and basically ended it with that, I guess. But I'm gonna fly for you guys with a relics jetpack, just so I can get places quicker. This is what was apparently the beginning of Cypher's house, what I'm looking at right now, where he has a basement built in, but that's it. But then he got off, so not too much there. This is Delman's house, otherwise known as Tryhard's house, and he's one of those people that spends all his time only on his house instead of the rest of the world. So we're gonna be looking at his ginormous house that is just filled with everything and the kitchen sink. He has a movie room downstairs. I feel like I'm doing an episode of MTV Cribs right now. Is anyone else getting that same feeling right now? Like, this is just like MTV Cribs, but YouTube FortressCraft Cribs, I guess. And this is upstairs. That's like his third Xbox I've seen of his, with his ginormous bed, because Tryhard's actually 6'8". He's a ginormous freak of nature, so. And then he kind of steals the idea from me, asshole, to put a swimming pool on the roof, which, I mean, it looks good, but I can't really complain when it actually looks good. There's a store down that way. We're not really going to fly over there just yet because I'm flying. Because, like I said, I can only fly so fast, and we only got so much time in an episode. So we're going to be heading down this way towards. It's more of an industrial district. This is more like a residential district, which if any subscribers of mine would like to assist us in building stuff in FortressCraft, this is pretty much a general area you'll be building your home in, and it'll be basically in the same area as everyone else's. And we're watching water slowly fill through. The water in this game is it really baffles me. I really don't understand like what makes it work, what doesn't make it work. But there's a Squirtle. You're a giant Squirtle. We are the fighting Squirtles for this field. and we're going to be seeing a football field. And this took me a long time to make, it really did. But I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, it's obviously not like a pro stadium, like with like bleachers all around me like this or anything like that. Just small set of bleachers, one for the home team, one for the away team. I think it turned out pretty good, I really did, especially considering how much time that's going. I mean, every piece of grass was individually put there because automatically we have snow here, so every this grass is all put in, you know, by hand, like one by one. So it took a while, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Over here is somewhat of a McDonald's, I guess you would say. It's not really particularly handsome or well put together, but I think it turned out semi-decent. I mean, I even took the time to install a drive-through over here, which wraps all the way around the building and comes back out right there. This was a skyscraper, which basically was just built just to be there until Buell and I came up with the awesome idea just to go inside it and fill it with strobe lights. And once it's completely filled with strobe lights like this, especially at nighttime, you'll see it. I think the sun's actually setting in here. Damn it. There we go. It basically looks ridiculously good. Like what you're seeing right now is basically what the building looks like. It just changes colors randomly, which is awesome. It definitely makes the building look pretty cool when you're in this part of the town, which we only don't name this town. It's just a town, I guess, at this point. Over here's the baseball field, which also took forever to make. And mind you, everything you see here was built in the last 2 days. So we've been basically, we haven't even played Call of Duty the last 2 days. We get on like, let's go build some stuff, FortressCraft. I mean, it's just a fun game. Like, I understand now why Minecraft is like addicting to a lot of different people. Just because it's fun, it's not aggravating, it's entertaining as hell, it really is. But I put Mario at that end and then a little mushroom guy at that end. I put lights behind them, so even at nighttime they're still lit up and they're not just dark, kind of like the Charmander would be. But the Charmander we're going to be seeing is actually on top of a hockey rink that Grizzly put together. But the Charmander wasn't as difficult to put together as you guys would think, but I think it still turned out really, really well. And so we're going to go inside the hockey rink, the Hillard Memorial Hockey Rink, because that's Grizzly's last name. And here it is, which is kind of an ice rink. It's not more of a competitive hockey rink, it's just more of a skating rink, I guess you would call it. But I still think it looks pretty good, and you know, for the amount of time that, you know, not just in the last 2 days, like all the stuff that we're able to put in here, I think this place turned out really, really, really well in terms of structure and, you know, things like that. Just the way it looks. I mean, it's fun. It's honestly fun to just run around in here too. Which I guess there's one more thing I neglected to show all of you, which I'm going to be showing. I mean, there's a lot more to this map. I'm not going to be showing it all in this one video because, I mean, we're at 13 minutes already, so I'm not going to be showing everything. But every person who helps out with our town, our little unnamed city here, is gets connected their houses in a underground friendship tube, which I got the idea from King of the Hill, which is just a hilarious show. If you don't watch it, if you watch it, you'll get the reference. But we decided to make an underground friendship tube that connects all our houses underground. If we go this way, I think it's going to lead into Grizzly's house. Let's find out real quick. I'm actually 100% sure where it leads because I haven't been this way in a very, very long time. I'm almost positive this is Grizzly's house, though. Let's hop up. Yes, this is. We are in Grizzly's house, which is attached to mine. We're going to go back into our underground friendship tube, which I love the decor here in our friendship tube, which again, dug by hand, it takes forever to do. We're going to go over here. I think left is Delman's house and right is Buell's house. I'm not positive though. I don't spend a particularly large amount of time. Yes, this leads right up into Buell's house, actually to his bedroom, which is kind of creepy. You can tell it's Buell's house by the bags. And then we're gonna go this way, which we couldn't take the roof off. Could we take the roof off and then replace it with the pink? Then we'd have a pink ground. So we basically just had to leave the roof the way it is with the standard ground-looking feel to it. But we're back in Tryhard's house now, right to his library, to his living room. Now we're gonna be running this away. And we actually built this through the river, which is really difficult and took like 3 tries. And where am I? Okay. Go up here. When we had to build this through the river, which if I were to delete one of these walls, we'd pretty much just fill up with water and then flood my whole underground tunnel, which would just not be fun. But now we're going to be leading over into Toucan's house, which actually we're going to lead the Toucan and then I think Deadly's house over here too. We haven't connected Cypher's yet just because His house isn't completed, and there's a couple more fags. People get ridiculous with these things. But actually, no, we're in Deadly's house right now. Apparently, Toucan's house hasn't been connected yet. But Deadly got the bright idea that it would be fun for him to cover his house in trampolines, which it's not a bad idea. I guess it's kind of fun, but burglars can get on top of the roof, and here's another fag. We should just play a game called Find the Fag, or Smear the Queer. Anyone play Smear the Queer? When they, it's like basically play with football, whoever the ball gets tackled. Great game, great game. Play it all the time growing up, and a lot of times in football practice too, which our coaches, they were awesome. They didn't even care. There's like, time to play Smear the Queer. And usually they're not allowed to say that because it makes fun of people, but it didn't matter. Our coaches were cool. And over here's a hospital, but I guess I'm going to be showing the inside of that in the next episode, I guess. Actually, here's the car wash, the Pokey Wash, I guess you would say. I decided just to build a car wash and ended up building a Pokeball on top of it. So now it's the Poke Wash. But down this road, down past this store, I'm not going to be showing the hospital, I'm not going to be showing the store, what's behind the Game Boy, or even farther down the road, because there's something pretty awesome down that road, and I want to share that with you guys. There's a church. I guess I didn't go over the church or the mart or the gas station, but there's a lot more stuff I can go over. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of FortressCraft. I plan to post this every now and again, just as a kind of break from Call of Duty. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to rate the video, and if you would like to help us out with our house, send SB Nero a friend request on Xbox Live. And, you know, make sure to write a message saying FortressCraft as well with it, so I know it's just not a random friend request and it's actually someone that wants to help. So, until the next video, this has been Nero, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.